that I introduce to you our class historian, Jake Lacouvee. Good morning.
Good evening. Before I start, I'm a little nervous, so if I could just get everybody to clap after everything I say. It started with a single step. Stop. When each of us walked out of our elementary schools, we thought, where do we go now? Where does life take us? When each of us walks out of this building today, we'll all be thinking the same thing. I was sitting at my grad dinner and dance at the table next to my buddy Justin, and he said, he wasn't speaking to me directly, but he said something simple. He said, this is it, we're graduating. And for the last 5 years, maybe the last 13 years, I thought nothing of graduation. I thought, it's high school, no big deal. University's a bigger deal, but high school, whatever, time to move on. But I was looking at Justin, and it just kind of hit me. High school is a big deal. It's where you make your friends, you learn, bond, discover. It's the entirety of childhood, the transition from childhood to adulthood. And now it's over. I'd first like to congratulate all of the grads for being able to stand in this unbreathable fabric for 2 hours. There is not another group of people that I would rather spend my last 5 years with. There's not another group of people that I would rather learn with or be friends with. I know that sounds cliche, but there's a reason for it. I look at this class and I just see a huge group of bright people, not just academically, but emotionally, socially, and just in a general sense, a good group. A lot of futures, UBC, McGill, McDonald's. When I applied to be a historian, I saw it as the perfect way to share why North Surrey is such a great school. So I signed up. They shortlisted all the applicants based on prerequisites, attendance, good looks, and I got it. And then I thought, why would anyone want to do this? So I went to my sacred shrine, my concentration location, and as I was lying there on my bed, in my bedroom, gazing up into the stars, I thought, wait a minute, where the heck is my roof? There are so many places I could start. You know, it's funny because in grade 8, you live in a bubble. You really do. On one hand, we got the Middle East, and Hosni Mubarak is moving his troops into the cities of Egypt, and there's earthquakes everywhere. And then at North Surrey, all of us are still trying to figure out how to lock and compose. That's like screwing a toothpick into a diamond. It works. But I think the best thing about high school is that every day was an inside day. No more looking out the window in the rain, waiting for the announcement to come on from the principal. No. In high school, you got to choose. And then we all moved up to grade 9 thinking we were so tough. Look at these measly grade 8s. They're in grade 8. Do you guys remember when we were in grade 8? Then everyone got placed into a grade 9-10 mixed PE class. Man, was that a mess. I remember thinking, oh man, grade 10s guys, double digits. But that was scary. It's funny how people transition from grade to grade. Grade 9, we could look at a kid saying something really mean about a teacher and think, gee, that guy is saying something really nasty about the teacher. And in grade 10, we were the ones saying those things about the teachers. Actually, more like the first half of grade 10. The second half, the teachers were probably saying those things about us. I remember back in grade 10, we took a field trip to the Burrard Inlet. All of the grade 10 PE classes went. It was a canoe trip. After about 2 hours of rowing, we stopped at Twin Island and had lunch. Miss Braun made it absolutely clear that she did not want a single scrap of garbage left on the beach. So we ate lunch, and after a few minutes, we started to head back down to the canoes. And my buddies and I walked past this little bag of chips sitting on the log. And Miss Braun as if it was Houdini himself, comes out of nowhere and rages at us. Pick up your garbage! Take our garbage! We were in the wrong place at the wrong time. We were scared. But it doesn't matter because all of the people in that area stayed to pick up the rest of the garbage around the rock. And who could forget the times in this judge's class when we pulled out the monitor cable so the projector wouldn't work? You guys remember that? Her obliviousness was gold. If there's one thing I learned in biology, it's that good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. And truly, the best experiences come from times in high school where there was no judgment at all. So thanks, Miss Judgment. Miss Judge. The best thing about North Surrey students is that everyone is so accepting of each other. I'm proud to say that we have a gay-straight alliance. I'm proud to say that we have an anti-bullying club. But I'm even more proud to say that we don't need to use those clubs. We all keep the ability to be kind to each other with a little prejudice of others. We really do. I've found that this class is just a fantastic, warm, fuzzy group of people. For the most part, everyone has managed to get along. Although, we could use a morph suit, Bob. I know a few people who would join that. As much credit as I give to the students, I think the teachers deserve a little bit of recognition as well. Just give me a sec to think. I'm just kidding. No one who hasn't gone to North Surrey doesn't know how hilarious and awesome the Christmas assemblies were because of the teacher's band, or Mr. Valente's attempt at a male Britney Spears, or even the fact that the teachers were not only willing to, but really wanted to sign our yearbooks. And at this time, I'd like to give a silent salute to those teachers who sacrificed their key to the school, which was an important element to our ever so Christmas tree related grad prank. My absolute favorite point in my high school career, though, was when I walked into drama class for the first time. And all I see is a senior student chasing Mr. Rodniak around the stage with a stool on his head, listening to "I'm Sexy and I Know It." At that moment, I knew drama class was for me. But then I got to know the teachers pretty well. In math class the other day, I had a dream. What would Mr. Wilson look like with no hair? We'd have to put a sign on the door saying, "Don't forget to wear your sunglasses in the class." Or better yet, what would Mr. Schultz look like with Mr. Wilson's hair? That's probably what it was like in the 80s, right, Mr. Schultz? Then he became a teacher. There's a quote from one of the wisest poets of our time, Kanye West, saying, "I live in the future, so the present is my past." I thought about it for a while, and I came up with, high school goes by so quickly. It seems like we're only there for a little while. It doesn't seem like years. So our presence at high school is now our past. And it happened like that. I'm sure we all look at ourselves, and even though we've been through what seemed to be such a quick process, we all have these friends that we would never thought of having, and we all have these connections to teachers that none of us ever knew were possible. All of these things combined with the hormonal concoctions of a teenager and the adrenaline from the speech I'm giving all of you right now, I'm experiencing something inexplicable. What is it? Is it fear? Is it excitement? Is it nostalgia? Who knows? But I think I can speak for every grad here when I say that we're all experiencing the same thing. This is it, guys, we're graduating. It's time to start thinking about the future. And in Surrey, the future, or at least the road to the future, is always under construction. It's out there, guys. It's through those doors. Time to start paving our own roads. Go get 'em.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like Mr. Peary to come forward. And he will be presenting our class comedian with a commemorative plaque and the coveted white stool marking him as the class historian for 2012. Jake, thank you very much. You were very entertaining. Backstage in preparation for their presentation.